Welcome back, everyone. For today's project, I'm going to make a Dookie chart. So we have a few cats and we have 2 litter boxes, and it is my kids' chore to each take a turn cleaning the litter boxes, but I cannot keep track of whose turn it is, and they certainly don't fess up to it when it's their turn. So I'm going to make a chore chart that is magnetic. It will be a circle with a dial on it. So come along and let's see how this thing turns out. The first thing that I'm going to do is the chart itself is going to be a circle. So I've got a piece of scrap MDF here, and I kind of found the center by putting a cross on it. It is not square at all, but I don't care. And then I measured the distance from here to here. I basically have about 5.5 inches. So this is my circle jig for my bandsaw. This is where the blade is, and I've put a little nail here at 5.5 inches. And I'll set that in the center of the MDF, and then I'll be able to cut a circle. Finished cutting out my circle on the bandsaw, and right there is the hole from the jig. Since I know that's the center, I used that to divide up my circle. There are 4 different individuals who need to be on here, and they each need to be on here twice. So that's basically 45-degree wedges for each one. So I drew that out. Now I'm going to have a dial on here that moves around. It'll pivot at the center and then move around, and it will show 2 wedges at a time. So it's time to create that. So for the spinner, I was hoping to use a thin piece of wood, but I can't find any. But I did find this thin piece of plastic. It's about 3/8 inch. I'm going to see if I can cut this, and you can see it covers 1/4 of it at a time. So I've drawn my line there. I'm going to give it a try, cutting it on the bandsaw, see how well it works. After cutting it out, see it fits there and it can slide around. This was my original intention, but that would require me to cut a window in here so that we could see the names underneath that are on here. So I've changed my mind. I think what I'm going to do is still keep this wedge here, but make it shorter like this and put the names out on the edge, so then it can turn around and we can just see the names on the outside. So I'm going to go ahead. I tried to just sketch it, but I need to be a little bit more exact. So I'm going to use a compass, and we want it that far out. Okay, so now I've got a proper curve here that I can follow. And I'm also, because this is the Dookie chart, I'm actually going to turn this thing into a poop emoji. drilled the hole in the center of the poop emoji, corresponding hole in the center of the circle, and I'm going to use, this is the only bolt I had currently that will fit through both of these. So I'm going to slide this through. I'm going to put double washer on it here. Put this on. I may need some more washers. We put it on there, and now this thing can spin around. The idea is that this thing will move, but then stay in position. And the way I'm going to have it stay in position is by using magnets. So I'm going to use a Forstner bit, 1/2-inch Forstner bit that goes with my magnets that I have, and I'm going to put a magnet on the back of the poo emoji, and then one every 90 degrees on here, so that when it's pointing, it will always be pointing at 2 different people and never at 2 of the same people. So then we can just move it and it will stick to the next one, and we move it and it sticks to the next one, and that way we can keep track. With my holes cut, I'm ready to put my magnets in, so I'm going to do that using 2-part epoxy. So I'm going to paint this. Before I do that, I need to prime it. Because it's MDF, it will just slurp up the paint. It drinks it in. Primer is all dry. Now I'm gonna paint it. The only color I had available is this yellow gold color, so that's the color it's going to be. Now that the paint is all dry, it's time to put on the vinyl so that it looks more like something. Start with the eyes. I've hand tightened this screw, but I don't want it to move, so I'm going to put some hot glue on it. There it is, all finished and mounted. Mia and Zoe just did it, so now we'll just turn this. And we know that Mia will do the back and Xander will do the front. So now there won't be any more fighting about whose turn it is. Hope you enjoyed it. This was a fun, quick project. See you next time.